And we're live.
Do you guys remember that baby shower thing, that gender reveal thing that set
The fire?
like a forest fire? I thought, I swear to God, I thought when they were celebrating the fucking Dodgers, they were going to start another fire. I would have bet money. I'm surprised
I don't know the
they
geography. Is it in a fire-prone area where they were doing it?
I think California is just a fire-prone state.
It's been kind of a rough time lately for Georgia sports. You know, the Braves blew a 3-1 lead, 3-1 series lead. Didn't go to the World Series, where they almost certainly would have won the World Series against a Tampa Bay team that just wasn't that good. The Dodgers beat them quite handily. And then, you know, the Falcons, I think, are like 7-1 or something like that. Yeah, excuse me, 1-7. 1-7. You got that backwards. You're like, damn. All right. No, 1 win and like 7 or maybe even 8 losses. But and then of course the University of Georgia lost to Alabama. So it's been a rough time. So I've started to try to find, you know, ways to look at it and be happy. And if the Falcons keep losing, we'll get the number 1 draft pick.
That's good news.
Yeah. If we keep losing, then we'll get the number 1 draft pick. And I think that like the Ohio State QB, this Justin Fields guy, is going to be available this year. And so that'd be a great one to go across to grab. Woody has a spike banner. Look at that tight ass, though.
I see that. Yeah.
I'm a lot more intrigued by the ass.
That man does squats. Look at that.
Wonderful.
Look at that. That's nice. Yeah, they deserved it. I'm glad they won. Like, if Tampa Bay had won, it would have hurt even more. But the fact that the Dodgers won, it was like, yeah, well, we did get beat by the best team in baseball, or at least the team that won the World Series beat us.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to look at it. You always want the team that beats, or I always want the team that beats my team to go on. And you can always
but it was a pathetic loss to be up 3-1 and then just lose 3 games in a row.
Would you rather have a championship in the last recently, like any sport? Does Georgia have a championship? I didn't know, because you know how there's like droughts going on everywhere, like depending on the sport. I didn't, but then there's like huge droughts in certain areas.
Who's the most recent Georgia win?
So the Braves won the World Series in 1995. Okay. University of Georgia, I think, won. Was it like in the 80s? Maybe won like a national title. I could be wrong about that one.
Maybe they won something else, like women's soccer.
Well, we didn't have one of those. We didn't get a soccer team until like 5-6 years ago. Atlanta United is a really good soccer team, but I have no idea where they even play. So yeah, it's been rough. It's been rough all over.
Yeah,
been rough all over.
Did I ever tell you guys? You guys know Mad Bum, right?
Nope.
Baseball player. Madison Bumgarner. Really?
Baseball. Kyle's the closest to a baseball fan of the 3 of us.
Oh, okay.
And I'm pretty far away.
Oh, okay. I went to middle school with him, actually, and we were kind of friends, for what it's worth. And he's like, I'm not really a baseball guy, but I think he's one of the best pitchers. Maybe somebody listening can verify that. Like, best pitchers in the fucking league.
What's his name?
Yeah. Madison Bumgarner.
Oh, okay.
Arizona
I recognize the name then.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Mark McGwire in person once, and maybe it was because I was like 10, but his forearms were just gnarly.
He's a big dude. Yeah.
Yes.
But so big, it was like, I didn't have a concept of what a steroid was, but there was an uncanny valley about the size of his forearms. It looked like you had hot glued and like wax papered 2 large forearms together into his and he's already
I'm looking at his forearms right now.
Yeah,
they're big, dude. Yeah.
And BlameTruth, because he was outrageous.
Yeah, just looking at pictures, I mean.
And I remember the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, because like he was a Cardinal and everybody loved him when he was going for the home run record, would print stuff like scurrilous accusations against Big Mac once again.
Against Big Mac. There is in the Got Milk campaign.
Yeah, they probably photoshopped him smaller to make him less suspicious.
Yeah, they look huge. They look
Yeah.
fucking huge.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a guy like? Usually, players in sports get bigger and bigger and stronger and stronger. Can you imagine a guy like that playing baseball right now? Like he's bigger than everyone in the league, I would wager, other than
Yeah.
like the Bartolo Colognes who are just fat and good at one thing. Which that one thing probably made him like $100 million in his career. So good for him.
They're so fucking big.
I know. Good for him. Yeah, I remember these milk commercials. I was like, damn, I want to be like Big Mac. So I'm going to continue to suck at baseball. Put all my effort into hockey. Yeah. That was neat. I found all the old I was going through all my like the keepsafe stuff in my mom's house and everything, going through it all. I found like all of the old like plastic wrapped papers that my dad saved from the time where it like counted down on the Post Dispatch. It'd be like 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72 with all like the. So that was kind of neat. I was like, oh, cool. I think they're all like
whoever caught his
1990
ball was going to earn millions of dollars, right? Was it like $3 million or something for catching this final home run ball?
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
some fanatics out, like some. Baseball has such an interesting group of people who follow it, where like, I feel like more than other sports, even people who are into baseball appreciate the memorabilia and the stats and like the deep dives into things. Because baseball is like, it seems like from the outside perspective, a game of stats. Like, I don't know, I can watch football, basketball, hockey, obviously, and I can put the pieces together. I can go to the box scores. I know what everything means. Baseball, I'm like, what the fuck's happening? Like, this is too many 003s and things in here. How can you do this so badly? And at one time, apparently, in the 10 years he's played, he did it right. Or
Has hockey really been hit by the whole Moneyball thing? So
what do you? Oh, like going for a bunch of. Well, I can.
So
tell
it
you that's
started
what
in baseball. In baseball, there was this fundamental misunderstanding of where runs come from. Yeah, and they were overvaluing guys who maybe looked athletic or guys who were hitting doubles and triples when really it's just about getting on base. Get two or three people get on base at a time and a run scores. And you know, they acted like hits were way better than walks or way better than like getting hit with a pitch, when in reality, all those get you on first. So
Yeah.
the Moneyball era came in and they just looked at analytics. It happened in basketball, and I'll do this one quicker. You know, like it used to be people shot long twos all the time. And then they realized, you know, if you take a step back, even if your shooting percentage goes from like 33 to 30, you know, it's 50% more points. So people now take a step back. Hardly anyone shoots a long two anymore. Now it's all about the three. And analytics has just invaded the sports and changed the way that we value players, the way that players play. Has that happened to hockey?
It's happened in hockey. So like a simpler version of that is the Blues won this in 2019 by our GM having like a mentality for the 10 years it took to build the team of like, we're not signing superstars. It's not worth the money. If they have a bad year, you're just kind of shit out of luck. If they have a bad playoffs, you're kind of shit out of luck. We're not signing players above like $9 million a year or whatever, 8.5 even. I think 8.5 million was the highest, and that was for Tarasenko. And that was signed back when that was a lot, like 7 years ago or something. But basically, he made a whole team of people who are way better than average, but there's not one superstar. And there's this new stat, not new, but one they're using more called Corsi. And it's basically an analytical look at your ability to possess the puck. And so they're like, okay, well, this guy, Ryan O'Reilly, the center that we traded for, he's not a superstar, but he plays a good two-way game. And when he's on the ice, 60% of the time he's on the ice, our team has the puck. You know, oh, this superstar guy, you know, oh, when he's on the ice, only 47% of the time he's on the ice, we have the puck. That's weird. Oh, well, he's taking higher risk scenarios and he's losing the puck. And so kind of that highlight goal is getting lost in the mix where you remember that, but you don't remember the other stuff. And so basically we had a line of him and Perron and who was it? Someone else. It would shift off and they were just a whole possession line. And our first line was like that. And our fourth line where the whole goal was just to possess the puck. And so that's how our fourth line was able to wear down the Bruins' first line, where it was like, yeah, fourth line probably isn't going to score on the first line of the Bruins. They're probably not. But if they hold the puck 55% of the time they're out there and keep the Bruins players from just having it, that's a net win. What?
We lost the puck, only good things happen.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and so really the way the Blues won that Stanley Cup, other than being very physical, was puck possession. Like, doesn't matter if you have a highlight reel goal, just keep track of the puck, hold on to the puck, and eventually something will open up. You're all NHL players. You'll notice when something opens up. And then
That's
you capitalize.
in hockey. I'm sorry. In basketball, it's kind of the opposite. Like in hockey, you have a great player, a great player, but his impact's kind of limited. You know, he only plays every 3 or 4 lines, and I don't know. Like one player can only do so much. It's like having a really great cornerback. All right, we don't throw to that side. Now what do you got? Like now how good are you? In basketball, on the other hand, the best 2 players on your team really define how good your whole team is. Like it's 1 or 2 guys is 80% of your team. So
yeah, it's definitely different. But like the defenseman who plays the absolute most of any, like if a defenseman plays 30 minutes in a game, it'll like be a post on the NHL or hockey Reddits where it's like, good Lord, do you see Pietrangelo played 30 minutes this game? 30 out of 60 minutes. Outrageous. That's not sustainable over the whole season. Like that would be the comment in those threads. It wouldn't be, wow, that's incredible. It would be that, but it'd be like, wait, it's game 40 in the season. They're going to be burnt out by playoffs. He can't play 30 minutes a night. Like, so you're right. It is totally different. I feel like in basketball, someone like LeBron can genuinely play the entire evening if he wants.
I think Jimmy Butler did in a game or 2. He played against LeBron, and I think he had a couple games where he played either every minute or all but like 1 or 2. Like he was out
that's
there.
Outrageous. Oh, another thing they're doing is like the old school hockey thing was like slightly longer shifts. And so that was something that the Blues had over the Bruins last year, is that our coach was very anal about like, if you're on there for over a minute, you're now wasting energy from the person next to you. Now we're wasting potential energy that you could have for your next shift. You're not playing up to snuff. Get the fuck off. Like, unless it's a real big situation you have, get off the ice. And so you could notice watching the game, the Blues shifted a lot faster than the Bruins. And so the Bruins would rely heavily on, their top line. And then our fourth line, after a minute, they could stay on and keep grinding, but they get off. And now there's a fresh line against the Bruins, but they don't feel comfortable enough in their second and third, lines to drop back, and it put them in a very difficult situation. So, I'm not nearly knowledgeable enough to talk about the advanced stats, but I know that puck possession is a big thing they're looking at now. So,
Kyle, basketball, it's efficiency. So, when you score, how many points do you get out of that? Or when you shoot, how many points do you get out of that on average, right? You'd think it's 2, right? It's not, though. You miss half your shots. So, when you shoot, you're worth like 0.9 points. And then some other guy might shoot 30% from the 3-point line. Well, he's worth the whole point. So they look at efficiency a ton. Anyway, sports talk.